Hey friends, and welcome for another great event. I am Miss Liz, one of your librarians at the Half Hollow Hills Community Library, and today I am very excited for today we have Police Academy. Now, if you've done this program with us in the past before, you'll know that we usually have our two COPE officers with us, Officer Jamie and Officer Alyssa, but unfortunately they were unable to make it this time around, but they were kind enough and gracious enough to send us the PowerPoint to see if you have what it takes at home to become an officer for the Suffolk County Police Department. During this program, we're going to go a little bit over of what it means to be an officer in the Suffolk County Police Department, the different branches that there are, and then give you some tips and tricks and exercises that you can do at home to work on your physical fitness and to see if you have what it takes to pass the academy. So if you are ready to get started with me, feel free to put on some sweatpants, a t-shirt, and some sneakers, and get ready to get moving. So you want to know more about the Suffolk County Police Department? Well, have no fear. That's what I'm here to tell you about today. So a little bit about the 2nd Precinct, which is the unit that patrols this area that the Half Hollow Hills community is located in. We have our 2 COPE officers. And what COPE stands for is it is a community-oriented police enforcement. The Community Outreach Bureau was established May 1st, 2005. The purpose of this bureau is to act as a liaison between the police department and the public we serve. Each of the 7 patrol precincts includes a community-oriented police enforcement COPE section, which includes a mountain bike unit. Within the Suffolk County Police Department, there are 5 different specialized units that officers can go into once they have some time under their belts. There's aviation, emergency services, crime scene, Marine Bureau, and K-9. In the aviation section, they are equipped with 4 helicopters, which provide law enforcement, search and rescue, and medevac services to the entire county. 2 twin-engine Eurocopters and 2 single-engine Eurocopters are part of the fleet. The aviation section maintains a base 24 hours a day at the Long Island MacArthur Airport in Ronkonkoma and 16 hours a day at the Grabowski Airport in West Hampton Beach. In emergency services, they perform a variety of services for the public throughout the Suffolk County Police District, as well as assisting the East End Police Departments. They do stuff such as motor vehicle accidents, extractions, confined space rescue, barricaded subjects, hostage situations, digital protection, bomb squad, and they are members of the Hazardous Material Response Team for Suffolk County. They really do it all. The crime scene unit assists detectives in processing major crime scenes and evidence collected by officers and detectives. Crime scene responds to major crime scenes to capture photographs of the scene, process the scene for fingerprints, and collect physical evidence for further analysis. Crime scene may collect such evidence as hair, fiber, DNA, firearm evidence, and submit it for further examination. At the Marine Bureau, they study Suffolk County and its rich maritime history. Our barrier beaches and hundreds of square miles of waterways attract tens of thousands of vacationers, boaters, and commercial and recreational fishermen. This concentration of people and the unforgiving nature of the marine environment present unique challenges to the police department. The Suffolk Police Marine Bureau exists to meet these challenges and offers its unique capabilities and resources to assist the citizens of Suffolk County. In the K-9 section, the K-9s have to complete a minimum of 16 weeks of basic training, including criminal apprehension, evidence recovery, obedience, and tracking. Once they are certified as police K-9s and gain experience on patrol, they will receive advanced training for 8 to 10 weeks in specialized techniques, such as sniffing out explosives and drugs. They use their keen senses of smell and specialized training to find missing people, search for evidence, and protect their handlers from attackers. If you ask me, I think having a dog would be the perfect partner. So now that we've learned a little bit about the branches in the Suffolk County Police Department and we've learned what they do, it is time to see if you have what it takes to be one of the officers on any of these forces. Like I said at the beginning, usually we have our officers come and show us these exercises. However, I brought in some friends that you all may know and love. We have Miss Lauren and Miss Monica joining us for today's Police Academy, and we're going to show you some of the moves that you could do at home so you can build your own fitness routine. So the first example of a workout that officers might have to do involves 30 seconds of each of these workouts that you're going to repeat 3 times. The first exercise you're going to do is a squat. To do a squat, stand with your feet just wider than your hip width and your hips should be over your knees and your knees over your ankles. You're going to hinge at the hips, then send the hips back and bend your knees to lower your body. Make sure to keep your chest lifted and lower to at least 90 degrees. Then what you're going to do and rise and repeat. A good way to do this is think about how you sit in a chair. Next, you're going to try some shoulder taps. How you do a shoulder tap is you start out on the floor like you're going to do a push-up. Both hands flat on the ground and your back straight. Then you're going to lift up one hand and tap your opposite shoulder. And then just keep rocking back and forth and do this as many times as you can. Then we're going to go into high knees. For high knees, you're going to stand tall with your feet hip-width apart. Engage your core and lower abs to lift and lower one knee at a time, almost as if you're running in place. If you can, try to bring your knees to the same height as your hips so that your thighs are parallel to the floor. But if you can't do that, make them as high as you can go. And finally, we're going to end with some Russian twists. How you do a Russian twist is you sit on the ground and bring up your knees close to your chest. Then you're going to move from side to side, engaging your core to make sure that you're working the muscles on your sides. If you need to modify this, because it is a little hard to do this with your legs in the air, you can have your ankles touching the ground and do it in a sitting position. Just make sure that you are moving your sides and not your back, and you will be good to go with this one. The second example of a workout that you can do if you're trying to train for the police academy will include the same reps. So you're going to do this 3 times for 30 seconds each workout. The first thing you're going to do is some walking lunges. To create a walking lunge, you're going to first stand tall. Then take a big step forward with the right leg and lower your body until your right thigh is parallel to the floor and your right shin is vertical. Press your right heel to drive back into the starting position and then repeat that on your left side. To create a walking lunge, you're just going to move forward as you do this. Then you're going to go into some jumping jacks. To perform a jumping jack, you stand with your feet hip-width apart, jump your feet open as you raise your arms up to form an X, and jump your feet back together as you lower your arms to the side. Then you're going to go into a plank. To do a plank, place your hands directly under your shoulders. Engage your core and squeeze to stabilize the body. Keep your neck and your spine neutral, and your head should be in line with your back. Hold this position for as long as you can, usually about 30 seconds to a minute, and then release. And lastly, you're going to try a tricep dip. Unfortunately, we did not have a sturdy surface in our gym at the library, so we couldn't show you the tricep dip, but here's a picture of one. To do a tricep dip, you're going to sit on the edge of a chair or a sturdy surface and place your hands on the edge just outside of your hips. You're going to walk your feet out a few steps, slide your butt off the chair, and straighten your arms. Then bend your elbows and lower your body until arms are bent at a 90-degree angle. Press down into the chair to return to your starting position. In addition to these example workouts, the Suffolk County Police Department also has physical fitness requirements, which are up on the screen right now. Depending on your gender and age, there are different requirements that you must complete in order to pass the academy in sit-ups, push-ups, and running a mile. If you want to know more information about that, I found a great video on YouTube that I pulled a clip of today to show you that was on the Suffolk County Police Department's YouTube channel that talks about the academy requirements and the physical fitness elements associated with it.
The Suffolk County Police Recruit Training Section is charged with conducting civil service agility testing for Suffolk County law enforcement. The test consists of push-ups, sit-ups, and a 1.5 mile run, 3 exercises which are performed throughout the recruit training process. This video will demonstrate the required protocols to be followed in order to successfully complete this portion of the screening process. The objective is to perform the required number of push-ups correctly. This is a maximal effort with no time limit. The test begins with you, the applicant, in the up position with your hands approximately shoulder width apart. Your back must be kept straight at all times. The first violation will result in a warning. The second will result in termination of the test. You may stop to rest in the up position only. If your knee or torso touch the floor, the test is terminated. Failure of your sternum to touch the testing block will result in that repetition not being counted. Failure of your elbows to fully extend will result in that repetition not being counted. The counter will inform you when you have attained the required number of push-ups. In summary, keep your back straight, touch the testing block, fully extend your elbows, rest in the up position only. The objective is to perform the required number of sit-ups correctly within a 1-minute time limit. You will begin in the down position with your fingers interlocked behind your head. You may stop to rest in the up position only. If you lie down on the bench, the test is terminated. Failure of your torso to sit fully upright will result in that repetition not being counted. Failure of your fingers to remain interlocked behind your head will result in that repetition not being counted. Failure of your hips to remain down on the bench will result in that repetition not being counted. Failure of your shoulder blades to touch the bench in the down position will result in that repetition not being counted. Split times will be provided for pace. In summary, keep your fingers interlocked behind your head. Sit fully upright. Keep your hips down. Touch the bench with your shoulder blades. Rest in the up position only. You will also be timed in a 1.5 mile run. You must complete the entire distance within the time that has been provided to you. This portion of the test may be conducted on either an indoor or outdoor track. To successfully complete the test, you must pass all 3 components. Should you fail any one of them, you will be provided one retest. Your retest will once again require passage of all 3 components.
Thank you all so much for joining me for today's Police Academy. I hope you had as much fun and you worked up a sweat just like some of the librarians did here at the Half Hollow Hills Community Library. Once again, I do apologize that our COPE officers were unable to make it, but have no fear, we will get them back real soon, and they will show you what it truly takes to be a police officer. But until then, work on your fitness, do some shoulder taps, and feel free to come visit and say hi. We miss you all so much, and we can't wait to see you soon. Take care and have a great rest of the day. Bye.